Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
A couple traveling through South Dakota on Sunday are thankful to the people who stopped to help them following a crash on Interstate 29 near T. Jason Alexander and Chastity Pfaff were driving along I-29 when their pickup pulling a trailer hit an icy patch. They rolled in the ditch before landing on a sign.
A group of brothers visiting from New Mexico stopped to make sure the couple was okay. It was a scene that hit close to home for the brothers after they lost their mother last year in a car crash.
You can just tell the three young men have the biggest hearts, and with all their loss and suffering that they probably have gone through, you can just see that their mission is to do better and be there for other people and make this world a better place. I mean, I can't even begin to explain to you the love that they showed us.
Jason and Chastity did lose their dog Buddy in the crash. They are back in Nebraska and are doing well. In Pierre, the Special House Committee looking into whether to recommend the impeachment of South Dakota Attorney General Jason Brownsburg has wrapped up its two-day session. The panel issued 5 subpoenas for people to testify, including law enforcement who investigated the crash near Highmore.
Joe Beaver was hit and killed more than a year ago. Several agencies and offices will also receive subpoenas for documents. The committee will meet again on January 17th. Now let's send it over to meteorologist Brian Karstens for a check of this morning's cold temperatures. Good morning, Brian.
Yes, indeed. Colder weather around the corner. As we look at today, though, in the short term, a little better. As we bring up the maps here, Sioux Falls, we're already warmer than we were yesterday at this time, and we're forecasting readings in the low 30s here as we get past the lunch hour. Aberdeen today, though, still stuck in the single digits, and then in between here, we're hopeful to get close to 20 for a high. And then tonight, here comes the next front. Now, as it gets its act together, it may start to spark some pockets of snow tomorrow morning. We're going to evaluate that. We also think the temperature, while it may slip early in the morning, basically the bottom line is the colder winds will gather strength through the day tomorrow, and that means the wind chill value will get steadily worse, and no surprise at that. So take in that 32 today in Mitchell, 25 Brookings, 18 Watertown. That's your weather for now, and we'll get to the rest of the forecast in a couple minutes.
Thank you, Brian. You may not be alone in wanting to stay indoors during this cold snap. You also need to take extra precautions to keep your pets warm this winter. State law requires that you have a shelter for an outdoor pet. Also, please make sure that you include extra food and fresh water.
You may want to watch the body language of your dog while walking outside. If they are lifting their paws or shivering, it's time to take them inside.
Just be really cautious of their feet. Pads, especially walking over ice and snow, and then when they come back into the house, make sure you wipe them down really well and dry off their feet, and then make sure that there's no salt or anything left on their foot pads.
If you see a stray animal in the cold, you should call animal control right away. Sioux Area Metro will resume service on 2 routes in the new year. Starting on Monday, regular weekday service on routes 3 and 10 will start back up. Sam says Route 3 will start at 5:15 a.m. and Route 10 at 5:45 a.m. They'll be on a half-hour service.
Sam says all other routes will remain on an hourly service due to a driver shortage and will return to normal once the shortage is solved. Sioux Falls Parks and Recreation has officially opened the city's 6 outdoor ice rinks. Crews started making the ice process about 10 days ago.
The ice rinks and warming houses are open from 1 to 8 p.m. daily until after the holiday break. Once school resumes, they'll return to their regular hours. You can find more details right here on KELOLAND.com. And it's opening day for Great Bear Ski Valley. The Ski Valley plans to open at noon today for skiing and snowboarding. The lodge will open at 11 a.m. for equipment rental.
Great Bear Ski Valley also plans to have a fireworks show at midnight on New Year's Eve. We'll head out there later today and hear from management and skiers about finally being able to hit the slopes.
Let's look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, watching the fronts coming and going. Here we go. We'll start with today. A little warm front here, a feature that will lift the temperature. Sioux Falls to Yankton, much of southeast South Dakota. Some 30s. That's pretty respectable, but the cold is lurking right behind that front. And once this area of low pressure swings through, it's going to open the floodgates to the coldest air of the season so far. I think that's safe to say in Sioux Falls. Aberdeen, it might be a close call on that, but it'll be cold nevertheless. Little strip of snow, not a big deal tomorrow as far as major snow accumulations, but we'll kind of have to watch how that snow accumulates, just given the fact it'll be really fluffy and the atmosphere very cold temperatures there. And then as we get into Saturday, there'll be an actual resurgence of snow. Southern Nebraska, southern Iowa, I would kind of favor Interstate 80 being kind of a trouble spot. All that's going to be south of KELOLAND, though. But I do want to make you aware of it for the weekend in case you are traveling that direction or are expecting people to travel from that direction to your neck of the woods up here in KELOLAND, because getting through Des Moines, Kansas City could be kind of a mess. Then we get into Sunday. We probably turn the corner, start to warm back up, and we're pretty good shape here. Early next week, Monday might be a really nice day again. So pick and choose your days wisely here. We've got numbers today. Those feels like temperatures, they're not bad. 20s, 30s above zero in the southern half of KELOLAND. But see how things start going downhill tomorrow morning. We're watching to see how fast that drop occurs in Sioux Falls. For now, I just picked a middle ground number at a high of 15. But more importantly, your feels like temperature will progressively get colder throughout the duration of the afternoon. And that's true for Sioux Falls and Aberdeen and Pierre. It's kind of a widespread issue there. And these numbers tomorrow night, they're downright cold. This is some serious cold that you got to pay attention to when you start talking wind chills, anything close to minus 30 by midnight. If we get to that level, we'll probably have wind chill warnings. So you can get frostbite very quickly if you're not properly dressed Friday night there for New Year's Eve. Now, I think into Saturday morning, still plenty cold, but we start to turn this corner here already, West River, late Saturday, and Sunday looks a lot better on the wind chill map. So there you go. That's some good news. At least the cold doesn't last too long this go around. But I can tell you, we're already looking at another Arctic front probably at the tail end of the 7-day forecast. So we're going to kind of hedge our bets toward 20 there and probably dramatically colder just after that. Aberdeen, we're down with these temps the next 3 days, especially Saturday, but then see 20s by Sunday, Monday. That's a little more respectable. And Pierre should easily pull into the 30s by early next week, but you can already see some of those tumbling numbers by the middle of next week. We might even get some snow out of that pattern for western South Dakota. It's a little early yet to speculate on how much, but the Black Hills easily could be in line for some of that. I know many of you are waiting for that, especially those that love to snowmobile and all that kind of stuff. More details, a lot more coverage online at KELOLAND.com. Have a great day.